Tonight, from the CIA, a blunt and unsettling public assessment for Americans about the ongoing capability of North Korea to launch a missile attack on the U.S.
North Korea is ever closer to being able to hold America at risk.
Kim Jong-un and the U.S. each have a goal.
He is trying to put in our mind the reality that he can deliver that pain to the United States of America, and our mission is to make the day that he can do that as far off as possible.
The CIA is watching crucial moves by Kim.
Their testing capacity is improved, and the frequency that they have tests which are materially successful has also improved, putting them ever closer to a place where Americans can be held at risk.
For now, economic and diplomatic pressure still leads the way, and a claim by the CIA of an effort to make that all work.
We have officers all around the world working diligently to make sure that we do everything we can to support the U.S. pressure campaign and to tighten the sanctions.
We all agreed, all of us, that we will not accept a nuclear-armed North Korea.
But a diplomatic clash in Switzerland, Pyongyang making it clear it's not giving up its weapons.
The DPRK nuclear force is capable of frustrating and countering any nuclear threats from U.S., and it constitutes a powerful deterrent that prevents the U.S. from starting an adventurous war.
The Pentagon is considering new weapons to deter North Korea, including low-yield, smaller nuclear weapons with less lethality, perhaps making the decision to use them easier, and new missiles with multiple warheads aimed at shooting down an incoming swarm of North Korean missiles. But it may not be enough. The CIA believes Kim could attack for more than just his own self-preservation.
Call it what you will, call it coercive is perhaps the best way to think about how Kim Jong-un is prepared to potentially use these weapons. We are mindful that Kim Jong-un continues to present risk not only to the United States but to the world. With respect to our understanding of the program, I think that we collectively, the United States and our intelligence partners around the world, have developed a pretty clear understanding of Kim Jong-un's capability. We talk about him having the ability to deliver a nuclear weapon to the United States in a matter of a handful of months.
Secretary of Defense James Mattis has already said, we're ready in case the North Koreans try to pull some stunt or do something militaristic.
Our combined militaries stand shoulder to shoulder, ready to defend against any attack on the ROK or USA. Our response to this threat remains diplomacy-led, backed up with military options.
I firmly believe that if you want to prevent war, then make sure you're fully prepared for it. So what am I talking about? We've got the #1 cyber offensive capability in the world. No one's even close to us. We should be attacking North Korea's information systems, command and control, their finance systems, and their energy infrastructure. We should be taking that country down electronically. Second, we should put in place a naval blockade of North Korea to cut off the back door that we know exists, where he's getting fuel and other supplies. And the third thing is we should start to bring our forces into the theater. If we're saying we're going to go to war to prevent him from having a nuclearized ICBM, we have to show him some of that capability. We should not just be talking about it. Flying a bomber in for 2 or 3 days isn't impressing anybody. let's put in place some of those resources that we would need to thicken the defense in South Korea and load up those bases, naval and air bases, with the capabilities we need, and then stop sending the military families to South Korea. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It should be what we call an unaccompanied tour, troops only.
You think anything weird is going to happen for the Olympics?
Oh, I think if he does something, it'll be likely another missile test.
Why would he risk that when his own people are going down to South Korea? He's enjoying this cozy way of sort of edging us out by dealing directly with the South Koreans. Why would he risk harming them?
Well, I'm speculating.
Yeah,
this is one of the things he could do. I think, yes, he's getting out of this what he wanted, and he uses negotiations to promote goodwill, and he's also obviously, it's not going to work, trying to drive a wedge between South Korea and the United States and Japan. That's just not going to happen here. But I don't think he's going to do anything that's going to damage that goodwill that he currently has as a result of these negotiations. And I believe that these negotiations are unlikely, Neil, to lead to something more positive, though talking is always better than shooting. I mean, let's be real about that.
Yeah.
But I doubt if they're going to go anyplace, frankly.
South Korea's top nuclear envoy Lee Do-hun will embark on a 3-day trip to Moscow on Wednesday to meet with his Russian counterpart Igor Morgulov and other officials. According to Seoul's foreign ministry, the two will meet on Thursday to discuss recent inter-Korean talks, as well as the North's participation in the Winter Olympics. The envoys have met before in Seoul, but this will be Lee's first visit to Russia since he was appointed in September. The foreign ministry also revealed Washington's nuclear envoy Joseph Yun will be coming to Seoul next Monday to meet with Lee about North Korea.
North Korea is certainly front and center in terms of national security threats to the U.S. and elsewhere in the region. Now Russia raising its hand as voluntary mediator. Would you consider them a trustworthy mediator in talks or the possibility of talks with North Korea?
Well, you know, Ronald Reagan used to quote the Russian proverb, trust but verify. The Russians have certainly been a partner in some major diplomatic breakthroughs. For example, the Iran nuclear agreement. The Russians were very helpful and have been helpful in implementing it. So where we can take Russian help and we can verify that they don't have some hidden agenda that's working against our interest, we should do so. In the case of North Korea, we have so little leverage. We need the Chinese and we need the Russians to put pressure on the North Korean regime.
Ohio's Republican governor and, of course, former presidential candidate John Kasich, he wrote in the Washington Post that the United States and North Korea should not, in fact, be anywhere close to the brink of war, and that there are, quote, in his words, several roads not taken with Kim Jong-un. I know that this is an issue close to your heart. You visited the border earlier this year.
That's right.
There, the demilitarized zone. Do you agree with Governor Kasich?
I do. I think talk of war is reckless. And I think, frankly, President Trump's threatening tweets, are very unhelpful and actually help Kim Jong-un in terms of his goal to make the North Korea a nuclear state.